Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Mandates, the show where my sister and I force each other to watch movies according to a monthly theme. I'm Andrew.
I'm Kelly.
It's Good Bad Guys Month here on Movie Mandate, so I mandated Baby Assassins, a cartoon about an elite cadre of infants who use all manner of weaponry and spy gadgets to make the world a better place through the delicate art of assassination. Wait, that's not
Delicate.
right. Uh, it's about an elite cadre of assassins who specialize in murdering babies. No, that's not it either. It's about two young assassins who would rather spend all day on the couch playing video games and reading comic books while the local Yakuza boss tries to expand his criminal empire to be more inclusive and appeal to women, a heretofore untapped demographic in the world of organized crime. But before we discuss a Japanese film that I started watching in Spanish, since I mandated today's movie, it's only fair that Kelly gets to challenge me in a segment we call Trivial Trivia.
Oh my God. Yes, this is all true. This was a difficult trivial trivia for me, in fact. Um, uh, there so many places that I wanted to go with it. The first place I wanted to go was in hairstyles because of the hairstyle of our blonde lead. I should
He
actually
does have a
have.
very unique hairstyle.
Yes, and indeed, I should probably pull this movie up so that I can say their names because nope.
It's Chisato and Mahiro, I think.
Yeah.
I
And
think I think
that's
Chisato is the black-haired woman and the blonde was Mahiro. I think. But
yes.
we can just say, the blonde and the brunette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Or
so
well,
like
black
my
hair.
my original plan, I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, hairstyles, and I was gonna be, pictures with just the face, and I was like, that would not be, or me just describing, I'm like, that wouldn't be good for our podcast listeners. I'm like, okay, or I could just describe, well, I have a great vocabulary, but when it comes to, I need my hands, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that can't work. So I was like, all right, this movie has a very interesting title like you mentioned a lot during your opening that why is it called Baby Assassins? I watched the movie and still am not quite sure. Um,
If they're young?
they're young. Basically, yes, they're child assassins. And so I went down the road of a play on those words. However, and I thought, okay, what other assassin? There are 482 movies called The Assassin. Just
Yowza.
so many. There are just so many of the assassin movies, and I'm like, okay. So we're gonna focus on the word baby. So
Baby.
let's focus on the word baby. And I
Hmm.
have 12 is the correct number. I will be looking back and forth because Kelly put them on two screens for reasons. I am going to, we are going to start with movies that start with the word baby. So, like, this is going to be easy because
Okay.
it's going to start with the word baby, and then we're going to go to the movies that end with the word baby.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Are
read,
we ignoring like articles the and a, stuff like that? Are there any the baby or a babies on they all start with baby. Okay.
they all start with baby.
Okay.
And then the ones that end in baby.
Nothing
I,
after it. Okay.
there's nothing after it. And I will read you the IMDA description.
Oh, okay.
And you will guess, because I'm not just going to say, okay, go to tell me 12 movies.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Name the 12 baby movies. You know, it's your favorite genre.
Yes, because you've looked at baby ass.
Yeah, it's funny. You look in Just Watch to figure out where the movie's playing. It's like baby ass. There we go. They start typing into Tubi, baby ass. I'm probably on a watch list now.
Okay, so we're going to start with this starting with baby. All right. Yes. Coerced into working for a crime boss, a young getaway driver must face the music when a doomed heist threatens his life, love, and freedom.
Baby Driver.
This is correct.
A dumb name for a movie? That's
This
even
is
dumber than
correct.
this one.
Yeah, Baby Driver is a terrible name for a
Yeah,
movie.
baby assassins, you're like, well, they're young. Okay, but Baby Driver, it's like, well, he's a driver. Is he particularly young? Not
Yes.
really. I mean, he's in his 20s, but
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
actually a good movie though. I did enjoy that one.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I have seen it. Scientists hold super intelligent talking babies captive, but things take a turn for the worse when a mix-up occurs between a baby and its twin.
Is it Baby Geniuses?
It is.
How many of those are there? I know there's at least two. I know
I
they
don't
did
know.
at least one sequel.
There might be a sequel. It doesn't start with the word baby though, because there might be a like something something baby geniuses too.
Oh.
But it's not
Huh.
just unless I'm oh la 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 la. No, didn't see it. All right, I've passed the next one I'm supposed to be talking about. Nope, nope, nope. Go back, go back. All right. Ah, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. A successful single businesswoman who dreams of having a baby discovers she's infertile and hires a working class woman to be her unlikely surrogate.
Baby Mama.
That is correct.
Holy shit, I made that up.
That's
Who's
the
in? I've never heard of this movie.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Does that ring bells? Does
Nope.
not ring
Well, I know who
bells.
they are, but yeah, I completely
Ah,
made up that title. Well, I mean, at least they titled the movie after what it's about. That one makes sense.
this one, in my opinion, is a terrible, terrible description.
Okay,
And
let's not gonna let's see.
if you don't get it, I will give you, because we've seen this movie. I also chose ones that we've seen,
Okay,
or at least I think we have heard of. Because, like, I haven't seen Baby Mama. I
it's like this is
expected.
a movie from Bangladesh, which
No, no, no.
happens to use
I
the
assumed
word
that you had
baby in
heard
the
of Baby
title.
Mama
It's like,
because
yeah,
of the actors, but like this is really a terrible. I wonder if I click on it if it has a better, because that is a terrible. Okay, well, we'll see. Does it have a better description? Jesus, no. Okay, it doesn't. All right.
some people do some things. Oh, okay.
Basically, the life of a super yuppie woman is thrown into turmoil when she inherits a baby from a distant relative. Dumb, dumb, dumb description because that's not fully what it is about.
Okay.
I would add that she is super yuppie businesswoman and she makes baby food because that's how I remember it very well. And if you would like stars, I will get into it.
Sure.
Diane Keaton,
No, nothing's coming to mind.
Baby Boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I remember that movie existing and star. I actually have no idea what the hell that's about. Now I do.
All right,
I remember that movie existing, but that
this one,
would have been what, later 80s, maybe early 90s, something like that.
87. This goes out on a limb. I'm going to give you up front. It was written by Tennessee Williams, which is why it's on here because of Tennessee Williams, directed by Ilya Kazan. So it's that era. And I'm giving you those informations up front only to get you in the correct mindset for this movie. There you go. An immature native teenage bride holds her anxious husband at bay while flirting with an amorous Sicilian farmer. But if you don't know Tennessee or Ilya, maybe not going to know the movie.
Um, I don't think I know this one either.
Baby doll.
Yeah.
All right, now this one, 100% you know, 100% you know.
Okay.
Do you remember the title? Because when I saw this, I was like,
It
oh
starts with
my,
baby.
yes. Because this is the last baby one until we move to baby at the end.
Hmm.
I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, brother and I watched this, but I don't know if I would have been able to pull the title out of my arse. So let's find out. Paleontologist Susan Matthews and her husband George Loomis discover a mother and baby brontosaurus in Africa and try to protect them from Dr. Eric Cavat, the leader of a group of hunters intent on capturing the dinosaurs.
It's called Baby, but I think the subtitle's like Secret of the Lost Legend.
Yes, it is.
I remember that from our childhood. I bet that one doesn't hold up at all.
I doubt it does. So I never want to rewatch it because I'm
Yeah, yeah,
like,
I would I just want that to be a fun nostalgic memory. Yeah, you remember the where they got the baby dinosaurs? It's like, yeah, yeah, we should look at no,
there's a
no,
part
don't
of
ever
me,
watch it again.
there's a part of me that kind of want to watch the preview just to be like, I remember being like, look, they have a dinosaur. I kind of want to be like, how bad was that dinosaur? Oh my God. So, okay. We are moving on to the movies
That
that
Ending Baby?
end in baby.
Okay.
Okay. Where are we? Okay. An expectant couple who moves into the most haunted house in New Orleans calls upon the services of the Vatican's elite exorcism team to save them from a demonic baby. It is a slapstick comedy to put you in the right mind space.
Yeah, I was because I had an idea. I'm like, that doesn't describe the movie very well. Read it
Rob,
again.
an expectant couple who moves into the most haunted house in New Orleans calls upon the services of the Vatican's elite exorcism team to save them from a demonic baby. Rob Corddry and Leslie Bibb are in it. Or Caudry, however you pronounce
Is
his
this a
name.
more recent film?
13.
I don't know if I know this one.
Hell Baby. It is, I
Okay.
watched the trailer. It looks funny.
Oh, okay. I
It,
know the actor you're talking about, but
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's not I was thinking of something that I would kind of be surprised if it's not on the list.
It's on the list.
We'll see. It's from the 60s.
It's on there. We'll
Okay.
get there. Frankie, an ill-tempered old coach, reluctantly agrees to train aspiring boxer Maggie. Impressed with her determination and talent, he helps her become the best, and the two soon form a close bond.
And then he smothers her with a pillow.
And then he smothers her with a
Yeah,
pillow.
that's is it Million Dollar Baby?
It is Million
Okay.
Dollar Baby.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I have actually seen that one.
Hey, look at that.
It feels like I look back, I'm like, why did I watch? I definitely didn't go to the theater. That doesn't feel like a movie I would have like, oh, I think I'll watch that. Was
Was
it
it,
with
it may have,
one?
it could have been part of the showcase
What?
because it was up for best pick. So it might have been when you were still going to showcases.
I think, I
Because it
don't think it
was
was, but
2004. Yeah, oh my God, that was 20 years ago.
what year was There Will Be Blood and
No Country?
not adaptation, Atonement,
Yeah.
uh Juno,
Atonement was 2007.
No Country for Old Men.
Juno was 2007.
Okay, it was a 2007 showcase.
No
Or
Country was 2007.
okay, yeah. So it was probably January of 2008 or something like that. So yeah, I don't know when the hell I saw Million Dollar Baby, but
But
I
you
know it.
did.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. All right. While trying to secure $1 million donation for his museum, I don't know what that was, a befuddled paleontologist is pursued by a flighty and often irritating heiress and her pet leopard baby.
Oh, Jesus, that's even older. Bringing Up Baby.
Yes, it
Have you
is,
seen
even older.
that? It's really good.
I have not, but I have heard
You
exactly
you
that.
definitely should.
Yes, I have heard that it is really good.
Uh,
So,
th- is that it's Cary Grant and I'm blanking. Who's the woman in it? It's not
hold
Hepburn.
please. I just, yes, it is.
It is Hepburn?
Yeah, Catherine.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's Catherine because I was like, it's not Audrey Hepburn. It's the
Yeah.
other Hepburn. Yeah, Catherine Hepburn. She is the most like deranged, but in not in an annoying way, like in a weirdly endearing way. It's really, and it's got a kitty in it, so
Daw.
murder kitty, but kitty nonetheless.
All
Okay.
right. Here you are. A young couple trying for a baby move into an aging, ornate apartment building on Central Park West, New York City, where they find themselves surrounded by a peculiar elderly neighbors.
Rosemary's Baby.
That's the one, and that's the one you were thinking of earlier,
Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, peculiar.
Yeah, peculiar indeed. A suit wearing, briefcase carrying baby pairs up with his 7-year-old brother to stop the dastardly plot of the CEO of Puppy Co.
Wow, the Boss Baby. But that sounds a lot more interesting than I gave the movie credit for. That's actually, yeah, I mean, it sounds aimed at young children, but it's like a baby taking down a Petco CEO team. That's actually a more interesting log line than I would have expected.
Have you ever seen Boss Baby?
No,
I
I think
have.
it's Alec Baldwin who does the
It
voice,
is.
at least in the
And
first one, because I know they've probably done a couple of them and a series.
they have. When we first started dating and I was still living at the Kramer estate,
You
it
and
was
Alec
one of,
Baldwin?
huh?
You and Alec Baldwin?
Yes, when Alec and I first started dating. But he's with Hilaria now and they've had 800 children.
Yeah, the
Um,
gun thing happened, so.
so when I was living at the Kramer estate, the kids obviously were a lot younger at this point, and so Boss Baby was a big deal at the house. And it was one of those I hadn't seen it, and it was, pearl clutching that I hadn't. And I was like, fine, I will just, it's like an hour and 20 minutes or something strange like that. It's a child's movie, it's short. And I was like, fine, I'll just go downstairs and walk on the treadmill and put it on the iPad and watch. It is funny. It is, because I was expecting nothing. I was like, at least I'm getting my steps in. That is literally like I had on my mind. I was like, oh,
Because
this is actually,
I hear the Boss Baby and I look at the key art and I think step up from Coco Melon. You know, something that's not just not for me, not just
right,
bad, but outright offensively bad.
right.
Like I
Yeah.
want to
But
go punch who's
it was,
responsible for
it
that.
was actually, and then I called him, I talked to him later and I was like, I watched it today. It's funny.
Yeah.
I was very, yeah. Okay, there's two more, which actually
Okay.
makes 13 because I don't know how to count.
Whatever.
In 1950s Baltimore, a bad boy with a heart of gold wins the love of a good girl whose boyfriend sets out for revenge. What a terrible, terrible description. These descriptions on IMDb are just,
Wait,
but you know what
might
it
know
is.
this.
You do.
It it takes place in the 1950s, but it
Yes.
wasn't shot in the 19. The
No.
Crybaby?
Yes.
Okay. Because it was the 1950s that was throwing me, because I was trying to think of movies from the 50s, and I was like, that sounds kind of, wait a minute.
Yep, that is
It's kind
correct.
of like if you tried to describe the plot of
Cry,
I don't
baby.
know, Little Shop of Horrors or something.
Right,
You know,
right.
that takes place in that era too. So,
All right, final one.
all right. It's not going to be Gone Baby Gone because that's in the middle. So,
That is correct. And as much as I would love to shoehorn Ben Affleck into any conversation, just can't in this one. Um, Jack Holden and his friends Peter and Michael spend most of their time having flings with several women in their apartment. Their life changes when a mysterious baby appears at their doorstep.
okay, so there's three men
Yep,
and a baby
yep.
and a ghost in the window
Ghost in the
behind the drapes.
window.
Three men and a baby. Yeah. I know I've seen that. I remember nothing
Nothing
about it
except
except the ghost
the
voice.
ghost in the window. To this
Like I
day,
remember the poster. So
I don't
that's what
remember
Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and is it
Steve
Steve
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't. Jeremy remembers so much about I don't remember whose baby it is. I don't remember why. I don't remember it. I don't remember who. I think a woman is there holding the baby as they walk by in the window. I remember Ghost in Window. That is all I remember from this movie. And the whole, oh, it's a Ted Danson poster. And I remember I convinced myself, and to this day, nope, it is not. Ghost in Window.
Ghost
Go-
in Window. But
so
do
there
you
you go.
remember what the title of the sequel is?
And a little lady.
Yep, yep. I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, children do grow unless you're in a cartoon movie.
You know what sequel I actually really did like the title to? It was too cute by half, but I was like, I'm gonna give you that one. It's Look Who's Talking to
T O
TOO because
O.
there's
Yeah, yeah.
another baby. That was that was
Yeah.
actually I was like, you know
That
what? I'm giving you that one.
that
I like
was
that.
Bruce Willis, right? Who
Who
did the
did the voice
voice?
of the voiceover? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it was Roseanne. Who did the voice
God,
of
I
the
think it's
girl?
Roseanne, but I know she did the stinger for the first movie.
Because
No,
I
no, it
remember
wasn't Roseanne Barr. Was it?
it was someone grading. We were like, why did they get this
God, was it
person?
Ruth Buzzy? I don't
It
remember who
was
it was. Um,
I don't remember,
I'd
but I
have to look it
remember
up. Yeah, yeah.
Kathy Griffin, it was
Don't
terrible voice casting
don't
for
give
the
me
girl.
guff, kid. I've had a horrible day. Can we talk?
And I
That
was
kind of a voice.
like, oh, oh,
Yeah, I forget who
oh.
did it for the sequel, but and
Yeah.
then the third one I think was the dogs
And it
had.
was Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so there you go. Well done. So only a few. I'm very proud of Secret of the Lost Legend. When that one came, I was like, ah, childhood.
Yes. It could have been a funny gag. It's like if there's a million movies that are just called Baby, you could have just given it's like Baby, and then the next answer is Baby. It's like, okay, I see
I
what.
could have done that for the assassin though, because quite literally, it's just because I thought that my original intention was to do movies that start with baby, movies that end with assassin, like different kind baby, whatever's something or other assassin. Nope. That does not work. There are not a lot of movies that end in assassin, and if they do, they are like meow 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 assassin. And I'm like, that is not, and they're just not movies we know, or it's like the assassination of this by this and this and
By
the
the coward
coward,
something or other.
yeah, the assassination of Billy by the coward Jesse or whoever. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're thinking of the same one. But anyway, so Baby Assassins.
Yes.
Um, I watched the preview. I
I, okay. How
I
was it?
I almost always watch the preview first,
Okay.
mainly unless you always tell me not to. Like there are certain ones that you've told me not to watch the preview first.
The last one, the Better Watch Out. I think
Yes.
I told you not
Yes,
to
yes, yes, yes. Um, so I normally watch the preview first
watch.
to judge if I'm going to be watching it with my other. And
Okay.
and he was like, "No, thank you." And I would agree. While watching said preview, I was like, "All right, I'm in it.
I'm gonna
Let's
be
do it.
alone for this one.
It's gonna it's gonna be a sit."
Well, it's only an hour and a half.
I loved it.
Oh, good.
I absolutely loved it. And can I say, best part of the movie, which is a lie, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
She plays video games like I do.
You know what? Probably one of the most unimportant things, but to be clear, I gave a couple descriptions of the movie. The last one was accurate. It's
Yes,
about two
yes, yes,
slackers who are also assassins, but they just really can't be bothered with much besides just hanging out and playing video games and
yes.
watching cat videos and reading comic books. And there's several shots, and in fact, one thing I love is the end cre
Yes.
let me back up a little bit. Let me do a little this movie, Baby Assassins, is emblematic of the importance of ending a movie really strongly because you can have a somewhat lame movie, but if you go out with something awesome or memorable or fist pumping or some combination of the three, then you're gonna walk out of the theater or stand up from your couch or whatever and be like, "Ah, man, I feel good.
Yeah,
That was a good movie, right?"
right.
However, I remember when I saw the prototypical example of the opposite for me has always been Bride of Chucky, which I think came out in like 1998. I
Mm.
might we might have saw it in the theater
We
together.
did. We saw it together.
Okay. Love the movie. It's hilarious. It's got great gore. I love the addition of the Tilly character or the
Ah, yes.
Jennifer Tilly's character, whatever
Yes,
can't remember the character's name, but
not a clue.
she's so much fun. Wonderful movie. The last 30 seconds made me go, "Oh, come on." The
Yeah,
last 30 seconds suck. And it's amazing because I love all of the movie. Up until the last 30 seconds, I walk out of the theater all bummed, even though I saw a 99.9% really great fun film.
truth.
So the ending is very important. Baby Assassins, I would argue the first half an hour is pretty rough, and I'll talk more about what I think might have happened.
Okay.
But the last action scene is really good, and it ends on a really funny joke, which is set up properly because they tandem bicycle over to the Yakuza hideout to just kill all of
Oh
them.
my God.
And one of them say they park their bike, they lean it against a brick wall on a public street and like, is it okay to leave our bike here? And he's like, yeah, 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 it's fine. And then we have this humongous action sequence, which is great. And they come back out and their bike's missing, and there's a little sign that says your bike has been impounded by the city of, I don't know, Shinjuku or wherever the hell they
Right.
are. And they're like, well, I guess we're walking home.
Oh my
And
God.
then they go home and they're sitting together on the couch and one of them's, playing the Nintendo Switch and the other one is like she alternates
Watching
between watching
videos.
cat videos and reading manga and
Yeah.
the credits just play over that.
Oh yeah.
That's a strong ending. It's memorable, it's fun, and on second watch, I the first half an hour I was like, "Oh no. This isn't as good as I remember." Um so it's really interesting how important a strong ending to a film can be.
See, well, and it's funny because the ending, she hears the buzzer go off and she gets up and like pulls all the cords and stuff with her because they've been doing that
Yeah,
throughout the
it's a
in
repeated gag.
yeah,
The Nintendo Switch is plugged into a power block that's like sitting on the table in front of the
yeah,
couch, but the wire is like kind of wrapped around the little stand that
yeah,
the blonde woman has sitting on her chest as she watches cat videos.
yeah.
And every
It,
time the other one gets up off she ends up knocking shit on the
oh
floor.
my God, it's hilarious. And to be clear, I am that girl when like since we did the thing you're not supposed to do in a if you can't see, when I play those side-scrolling video games, I was that girl who tried to look around the corner of the TV to see what was coming up.
I I think the actor is she's either one of the best miming playing video games or she's actually
Or she's
playing
actually playing
something on
video
that
games. Yeah,
Switch.
no,
Because
absolutely,
most people
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
don't have
go.
to. I'll just have to use the disconnected remotes. Most people that they'll do this.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
lot of
it's kind of
movement.
like typing. People typey 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 typey. No one does that.
Yeah.
It's just very small movements. You'll see her hit the button, the shoulder button occasionally,
Yeah, she's
and I
just
can see her eyes just kind of.
yeah.
It looks. I think she's just looking at a HUD or something, looking at the main action, and then looking up at a HUD or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
I would put. She's either insanely good at that, or she's actually playing a game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
So why do you think the beginning is slow now that you have watched it twice? I'd like to know your thoughts versus because I understand I think where you're gonna go, but I want to know why.
the main um plot of this film is we have two young assassins who work together, and they are
Young as in like they are just about to
just
graduate
at a
high school,
high
by the
school or
way.
something.
Like, yeah, they are 17, 18, depend like yeah, 18, like yeah. So
Yeah.
just to get the
Yeah,
clarity of
late
young.
teenagers.
Yeah.
The actors might be young 20s, but
Sure, sure, sure,
yeah.
sure, sure, sure.
Um
Ooh, coffee.
so oh, it just appeared, huh? It's been sitting there this whole time. It's cold, but yeah. Ooh, coffee. Um because nothing exists outside of the camera frame.
Here, look over here. You can't.
Yeah. Um the the overarching plot of the film is these two assassins work together, and after school they're being forced to live together.
Right.
The assassination agency is providing them for tax purposes because they don't fear the cops, but the Japanese IRS they have a problem with,
Oh
which is a
my
hilarious joke.
God. That
The
yeah.
bureaucracy of this world is really, really funny. Like
So funny.
I love the guy who she calls in a cleaner to because she ends up assassinating. She calls in a cleaner. Is like, could you? I don't mean to be a
Tell you
stick
how
in
to do
the
your
mud.
job.
I know I've mentioned this before, but we're all professionals here. If you could shoot them in the heart instead of the head, it just makes our lives much more, because there's a lot of bodies in there, and I've got a family to go home to, and I love the idea of that, but also Chisato or whichever one of them is just standing there with her eyes just kind of glazed over, going, uh-huh, uh-huh,
Hmm.
yeah, uh-huh, okay, I'm gonna,
She's like, yeah, yeah.
and the scene just kind of cuts because he keeps talking. Anyway, so the movie is about these two women learning to live together and deal with each other as people. That's the overarching plot of what this film is, these two learning to ex cohabitate, to
Right.
exist together and support each other. Not just, as colleagues at work on a job, okay, end of the day, bye bye, but as, doing things for each other and supporting each other as, friends. Um, the movie starts in a flashback with them already living together.
Yes.
It also starts with a action scene which doesn't actually take place because it's a
Dream
something that
sequence.
exists in one of the characters' head.
Yes. But
My
it is
God,
a fantastic fight sequence.
it's really,
I
really good.
I give props to the fight choreographers. I was blown away by a lot.
I've never looked, but I have a feeling that the blonde-haired woman is probably at least one of the fight choreographers.
I
She's insanely good at that stuff.
because it was her.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is
because she has a haircut that looks like she might have that haircut to like hide a stunt performer, but I kept looking, I'm like,
it's
no,
her.
that's her.
That's her. She is so good. And I'm like, okay. You, because like at the beginning, he has her, and like when he has her from behind, and she does the bridge pose, which is my least favorite pose, and then just starts like crab walking in the upside down form, just like to bash his head into like I'm like,
It drives them into a wall or a glass. They're in a convenience store, so it's the freezer cases that she backs them up
and
into.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, I haven't seen that in a movie,
Hmm.
and I watch a lot of
Yeah.
film. So yeah, no,
I would not be surprised to learn that some producer told them you need to front load this with an action scene. And
hmm
they reorganized the movie to get an action scene up front.
yeah.
Maybe even the it's in her head was kind of added. Um, so the front half of the movie is out of order and also hurts the arc of the plot because it jumps back to when they weren't together and so it loses some of the tension. Will they be able to work together well or live together? Well, yes, we already know that because we've been watching it for 20 minutes.
I think the hardest part for me was that they set up, I can agree with that in a way. Um, because they did I think you're onto something that they looked at the film and were like, we need to really
This
just
action is too good not to front load. You've got one huge
yeah.
one at the back. You got to
And
start with one
yeah.
because we're
And
putting that shit in the trailer. And if people don't see some of the
yeah.
action soon, they're going to start walking out of the
So
theater.
I think that there's something very much that needs to be said about that critique.
Hmm.
Um, and so when that scene happened, first off, I want to say about that scene, uh, she's doing a job interview. She's failing miserably, but it's lit and it's shot in a way that kind of makes you feel like it's after hours. It's because it's a dark room in the back of the convenience store, so that in which she's interviewing. So it kind of makes you feel like it's intimate and so she's like, oh, I'm done with this, I can't act anymore, and she pulls out a gun, she shoots him in the head, and then she walks out of the room, and it is bright as day, convenience stores filled with workers, and you're like, and it's such a great juxtaposition right there at the beginning that you're like, oh, that's kind of funny that she was just in a job interview, and of course, yeah, the back room was kind of dark, and then you realize it was just a fantasy, right?
Hmm.
She's
Yeah, she's just
fails the
fantasizing
interview,
about, killing this guy and
killing
beating up a
everybody.
bunch of henchmen.
But then it goes to the job that oh, why is that so far away? What is her name? The other one, the brunette.
I
Uh
think Chisato. I think Mahiro's the blonde and Chisato's the black-haired one.
it is Mihiro and
And I
Chisato,
love the
but
fact that she wears contacts and takes them out at night, and when she's at home and wears glasses. I don't
uh
know if that's the actor or if that's just a character thing they did, but that's just
yeah.
such a fun human thing. I really like that.
But then Chisato does the same thing. She goes to her job and she's like learning the whipped cream and what a mango is and all of these things. Hiccup, pardon me. And she has a fantasy about killing, a guy there and killing whatever. And she doesn't actually kill anyone at that job either. She just fantasizes about it. And then she goes home and she's like, yeah, I got fired um, from that job. It's just not for me because I don't know what a mango is. And I don't know how to put whipped cream on a waffle. And so it was interesting because they front loaded, to me it seemed like, okay, so we're gonna have these women who kind of live in this fantasy world, and so there was a part of me at the beginning, I'm like, are they assassins,
Or
are
it's just something
they,
they kind of dream about.
is
Yeah.
this like one of those, I just wish I could kill all these people and that I was just this good and it's just because I don't fit into society, and
Hmm.
it's that I, so it was because that was the only time that they did that.
Hmm.
Every other killing was a real killing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird sort of, they but I mean, I guess it does make sense later that it's like they both, like, that's all they actually really want to do. That's what they're good at. They don't really want to have these part-time jobs. It's just, you know,
Yeah, the assassin organization is making them get part-time jobs, I guess, to just kind of keep up appearances in case the tax men come calling. It's like, how are you affording this apartment and your food? Oh, I work at a, restaurant putting whipped cream on waffles. It's fine.
Yeah, of course,
But
which is
these two have, especially the blonde one, is very socially inept.
yes.
She's very introverted, very anxious around people, has a hard time communicating. Um, so yeah, and what's funny is I like how unapologetic this film is about these characters being absolute sociopaths.
Oh yeah.
And they, it's like, I mean, they're cute, they're adorable. I like watching them, but they're bad people. And the blonde one admits that by the end of the movie. She says, "I'm a sociopath. I can't deal with this. Is the only way I can interact with people, except her somehow."
Yeah.
Um,
I don't
and
fit into this world. Yeah.
yeah. I think I think if the movie were told more in order and had focused more on Mahiro as a character and her finally finding someone that she could deal with, rather than kind of having that out of order and you having to re-put it together in your head. I just don't think it's as strong as it could have been, although I do like the opening action scene, so
Yeah, but I will say if you don't look at it or you don't take it through the lens of, you know, two girls trying to find their way in the world, how like which it is. Um there is an interesting reason. Did I just cover my mic? No. There is an interesting reason to take it out of order. Um Especially because of that moment when you realize that they have um set her up to kill that guy, which is possibly one of the funniest because they are so bad at their jobs and yet so great at their job.
They're good
Like
at killing people, but they do just constantly make a mess.
they're like,
Um,
what did I do with my machine gun? Oh God, I lost it back there. I need to get it. Or I'm running late. I was supposed to be there before he got there. And she runs in. The guy is opening the door to his apartment and she scoots in right as he's opening the door. And he's like, what the heck?
Who
And she's
are
like,
you? What are
ah.
you?
And she goes, I made it. I just made it in time. I made it. And he's like, what? Okay. And then she pulls out a gun. She's like, hey. And you're just like, and it's hilarious that that's like, it, but there's because they're so, she's like, where's my bike key? Oh, it's in my hand. And they're so unorganized. They're so
Oh, and
inept
they're
at,
like
like, it's,
the cakes, the little
oh
cake.
my God. They want, oh, let's put the cakes in the freezer so that we can eat them later and da da da. It's
After
just
we
like,
kill a bunch of yakuza.
yes, we'll be back. Oopsie. But it for how good they are at what they do, my gosh, they get lucky a lot because they really do just, she's like, where did I put my gun? And she's like, you move it every day. Blah blah blah. It was just very funny. So I do see a small reason as to why they tell it out of order in that um they're still setting up the girls and how we don't want to give away the boat too much that this linchpin of this guy was a setup of the Yakuza's daughter because he came pretty early because she leaves to do the waffles.
Yeah.
And so, but then again, that whole waffle thing was also a part of the fantasy. I want to kill and um, so if, it would have they would have had to redo a lot because then it would have been another weird reason to have a fantasy way later in the movie when we never had another fantasy. So like I understand both sides of the coin, but you are correct in the we know that they can get along. They've been
You know, if they took, in chronological order, those two scenes probably would have been next to each other at the 35-minute mark or something like that.
true.
And it might have
Oh,
worked
true. That's true.
as a these two are trying, but they, killing's in their blood.
Yeah,
They just can't do it,
that is
you
true.
know. Um,
I do love because when they
I
are
don't think
fine.
it. On a second watch, I was like, I don't think the first half hour is as strong as it could have been
Yeah,
otherwise. I don't think it's bad, but
no.
um,
But I will say, your point later or your point earlier, kill me.
what is time?
Um,
How does it work?
uh, it's a construct. Um, in another universe, you will have not made this point yet about the Yakuza wanting to be more diverse. He's
More
like
inclusive,
he's
right?
like DEI is the future of the Yakuza. I was dying,
Now, what you
dead.
said was very sexist.
I was dying.
He says
And
while engaging in nepotism.
yeah,
So
yes, yes,
So this Yakuza guy, what's funny is there's an interesting parallel between the girls and this Yakuza guy
yeah.
who's trying to be more modern-minded and inclusive and diversify his criminal empire to be more
His
appealing
portfolio.
to different demographics like women and stuff like that. But like the girls just can't stop being assassins, he just can't stop being a Yakuza. He's
Yeah, because
terrible at it and he keeps going back.
so so here's where your expertise it outweighs mine. So she Chisato goes to work at a it's not a hostess club as I know them.
It's a themed restaurant.
Okay.
So
It's a
it's a maid cafe.
okay.
Yeah, it's a cafe where the it's a more moe version of Hooters. It's a cafe that is
Okay.
cast or
That
staffed
helps.
with attractive young women who are wearing usually like frilly maid or cutesy magical girl outfits and say really cutesy things and are hyper and adorable and
Okay.
it's that kind of thing. It's
Because
so it's an experience, right?
yes, yes. So I understood that because he was he being the leader of the Yakuza bringing his son being like we're going to diversify and here's another female-led type of business that we could get our hands into
Yeah,
type of a
we
thing.
could buy a business like this and run it, and it would make us lots of money. Let's go in and patron the place so we know what we're getting into. And this scene is both hilarious, but also really tense because
Yes.
you know what this guy's capable of. The film's already shown you that he will stab you in the ear with a toothpick
He
over
doesn't take a joke.
absolutely nothing. Yeah, he can't take a joke.
Can't take a joke.
So he's in this maid cafe where this young working woman who is putting herself through college and can barely afford convenience store sandwiches. It's already been established. So you care about this young woman who's doing this shit job where she's like, "Oh, yay, now let's do the magic. I'm going to pour syrup in your
Syrup in your
tea,
coffee.
but
Yeah.
first we have to cast the moe moe spell to make it taste even more yummy." It's like, God, that's got to be a soul-sucking job. And it's like, at what point is this guy going to flip out and murder people?
I was so afraid for her. I'm like, he's going to shoot her in the head. He didn't.
He was about to he does lose his shit
He
after
does
a
lose his
while,
shit.
and he lines up all the girls against the wall, and he's I guess gonna just traffic them all into the sex trade or something like that is what he's thinking about. But one thing that does relieve the tension in the scene a little bit is about halfway through it, the camera angle switches, and you can see Chisato is there working that
Watching.
day.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. If shit goes down, she's got a chance at least.
Yeah, and she's kind of watching. And that I thought that that was such a their introduction to um like that scene that you just mentioned about how she's putting herself through college and like they're they're making this character uh important to
The
you
waitress, yeah.
because something is about to happen in a moment, but also
This movie
as
does a
a
really great job of paying off things they set up. So
they do, but also because throughout the movie they they do speak a lot about the fact that these ladies don't need jobs. They are well
the
taken care
assassins.
of. They're well paid. They
Hmm.
just have to get these jobs in order for, the tax man to not come for them and to like fit into society so that they can have their cover stories and, all these things. Because there is that moment when you see one of their first kills, the one that leads the Yakuza to them, they're like, good thing we already bought the movie tickets, and then they run away. So it's like they have their cover stories. So it's good to have you know, a part-time job. But in this you in the movie during that scene when she's talking about, I can barely afford this sandwich, and here is Chisato pulling out like a rice
Her
ball
grocery bag.
and a grocery bag of just so much, and like she's commenting on like
Yeah, she's like, I never look at the prices. I just grab what I want. Yeah.
yeah, and she's like, how are you buying all that? And what are you doing? And it was just in an interesting, like,
She just like bought a loaf of bread or something like that for herself.
yeah. And it was like, oh, they don't even understand
Mm.
that, like, that also isn't fitting in with society. Like, maybe when you have lunch with your friends
Yeah, those two
at work,
eat
you
pretty
should,
well.
oh, they eat real well. They really do. My favorite moment, again, I talk about all my favorite moments because but like
My hair
when
is terrible at eating. She constantly drops. She's like you. Anytime you're wearing anything with a neckline, you will inevitably drop it down your shirt.
oh my God, it's constantly coming out the other end. It's hilarious. She's a terrible eater, but I just love the energy of Chisato at when she comes home and her friend has made the udon and she's like, "Oh, yay." And she starts running to go get the pepper and she's like and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm making the noise of a dog when it runs on floors." And I'm like and she
She
doesn't like
comes over and she sits down. She gets up and over in the kitchen to get like hot sauce or something, and then she's or pepper, and then she sits down and she goes back to get hot sauce. It's constantly running back and forth because another thing would
and
make this go.
every time she makes that noise, she goes, and you're just like, she has so much energy. It's so cute. She's the cutest. Um, but yeah, I really thought that, and then of course the daughter of the Yakuza guy has no
Oh,
idea how to
Jesus,
shoot.
she's funny.
She's
I
hilarious.
actually love the Yakuza, the father and the two kids, and
Oh,
I love. He's like, she'll like, I'll find who killed our guy, and her solution is just grabbing people off the street until she happens to find the guy.
she's
And
like,
it took
you're
her
this.
7 tries, but she got him.
He's like, how do you know it was me? She's like, I didn't. You're the seventh guy I picked up. And she's like, we beat this out of the other guys, and but they weren't it. So we're the. I was dying. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean, she had a strategy
Yeah,
and
that
she went with it.
I don't know what she's got in that thermos she's carrying around, but I don't think it's water.
No, 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 no,
Because
no.
she
But
seemed kind of upset when it gets broken in the final fight.
yeah, it was a
And I
father
also love the
trinket or
fact that they
something.
established that she can't hit the broadside of a barn with a gun,
No.
which really helps sell the
Yes.
fact that they don't get shot at the end of the movie because she can't do it.
Okay, I will say, let's talk about that real quick. Um, so I was so afraid at the end of the movie because I thought it was going to end differently. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So I was loving it. Like I said, I truly enjoyed this movie. It was fun. The fight scenes were great. They're hilarious. Their chemistry was great.
Oh yeah, these
They
two are really good
they were cast
together.
really well. Um, Complete opposites. That was another thing that I was thinking of. Like the whole Felix and Oscar thing. Like it was,
Odd couple, sure.
I was very, especially because she's that sloppy eater and she gets it all over her face. I don't do that. I get it all over my shirts.
Hmm.
Um, but like it's just
I don't smear, I splat.
I don't smear, I splat, exactly. But like it's very so it is truly a fun movie. And you're right, they're terrible people, but it is just fun to watch the interactions and their story, and when they're looking for their apartment with their suitcases and the angle of they're just at a four-way intersection rolling their suitcases and they start and it's just
Static
a
shot from
static shot
yeah.
of them, like one of them looking at the map on her phone and the other one just da 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 da, and then they go this way, nope, then this way, and then this way, and then this way, and they end up going the direction that they originally thought. But they just keep trying. It's so, and it's funny because Mahiro is the one like that's looking at the map, obviously because she's not talking, and Chisoto is the one that's just gabbing, 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 and just keeps following her and is like not even until like the very end, like what way are we going, but like they make like 14 turns on only just a four-way
One
intersection.
intersection, yeah.
And she just like follows along like la 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 la. So at the very end, they're in the second, like you said, it starts with a huge fight and it ends with a huge fight. So at that big fight, and she kills the daughter because she finds her machine gun that she brought and lost because, they're not, they're so good at their jobs and bad at their jobs at the same time. So she finds the machine gun and she just rips,
Race.
right? And kills
The
the
Yakuza
daughter,
daughter.
and the daughter falls and reveals that behind her is Mihiro.
She's like, Jesus Christ.
And I audibly gasped.
Oh no, you thought she'd got
Yes.
shot? Yeah.
And almost, I was like, oh no. Like, I thought that was, I was like, and it, which is sad because she's a killer,
Hmm.
like these are a sad, but like I truly, truly, truly did. I thought I was like, that's how they're gonna end. She just killed her friend. Like, oh my God, that's she just because it's a machine gun, and like she falls and she did physically like react in a way, and she is already bloody because she had a hell of
He
a
had a fisticuffs brawl with a dude twice her size.
hell of a melee. Well, that's with swords and stuff, but like there was a heck of a fight right before there.
Hmm.
Um, so she didn't look great, and but I did. I was like, I welled for a moment that I thought, and then she runs over to her and she slides down the wall, and I'm like, this is not how I expected this movie to end. I mean, and then I did because they linger on it for about 40 seconds because again, she's had quite the brawl. She even says in the scene before, she's like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do anymore. I'm done. And so and then she puts her hands up and she's like, please help me. Oh, she's like, please, I need help and stuff. And so it kind of, for a moment, like, I really did, like, I was like, resigned myself to,
You might have caught one of them. Yeah.
you know what? It, it, ha- it would be this way. Like they are assassins, Kelly.
Yep.
Someone had to die. But then they get up, they walk home, and they're like, "Look, we're drunk." And I'm like, "Okay, I like this better."
Yep.
But I did. But I
Their
did.
bike gets impounded, but they go home and they have their little cakes
And they have their
that they
cakes.
put in the fridge before they left to go kill the Yakuza.
But I did. I truly, that moment, that brief, I was like, I, and it's always an interesting, like the whole good bad guy scenario. And I've said this about one of my all-time favorite movies, which is not the one that I've chosen, so I'm not going to give anything away here, but the Clockwork Orange and
Mhm.
book as well. I've read the book several times. Is when you start feeling
Who's the I
bad.
can never remember who's the author of Clockwork Orange?
Of course, you're going to put me on the spot like that.
I
I
can never remember.
I know the answer, but I'm not
I
gonna.
do too, and I can never remember. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's a word.
Don't worry about it. We'll look it up later.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, oh, Anthony Burgess.
Oh, there you go.
Um, but when when Alex is getting his eyes like opened and everything, and you're like, and they're ruining Mozart and Beethoven when they're ruining it for him, especially how we started tonight's conversation about
Yeah.
my love for classical music, um, which wasn't
Before we
recorded.
started
Sorry.
recording,
Yes, I said it wasn't recorded. Sorry, y'all.
audience is not privy to that.
Um, is it just
We
it's
were talking
such
about how Flo Rida ranks with the
yes.
classical composers.
I yeah, Florida, Mozart, Beethoven, they are all
Mhm.
equally um but it's a weird thing when you start feeling for them, which is what I love about this month's theme is that the protagonists aren't pro, but at the same time you fully like them. And I applaud when you're able to do that because I do know because there are times when you like a villain but you know they're a villain. You like a villain as a villain, though. You know what I mean? There is a difference. You're like, "Ooh, that's a good villain. Oh,
You know,
but I
the
want
bad guys you love to hate, that
yeah,
kind
you love to hate. You want them to die. You want them to get their comeuppance,
of, oh,
but you
you're
just
gonna
can't.
get
You're gonna
yours.
oh
Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
like, there's something about them that like you love to hate, but like
Yeah, but
it's
Chisato and Mahiro, even though they're killers,
you're
they're
kind of
so
cheering
adorable.
them
You're like, oh
on.
no,
Yeah,
my
and
baby
so
assassins.
so I was kind of I'm glad she didn't die. And it was also one of those, I was happy I had that moment because it really fits in with the idea of, the good bad guys is like, that's the whole point is the movie made me
Care.
care. So there you go. There you go.
All right.
There's my.
Well, there is a sequel. I have seen
I
it.
think there's two.
The third one came out last year. It's not available on any streaming service yet.
Okay.
So, the sequel is in. If you like the first one, you will enjoy the second one. I don't think it's as strong. It feels like it doesn't really have its own. It does a nice job of expanding the world building,
Okay.
and our two lead actors really start falling into and establishing their characters even more strongly. But it feels like, although there's some great set pieces and great gags, it feels like a movie that they did solely to do a sequel because the first one was popular. It has that kind of a feeling,
Sure.
right? There's a great gag where these two are doing another part-time job and then they get in a fight and start rowing with each other. But the job that they got was wearing mascot costumes and passing out like I don't know, flyers or something like that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you have
Sure.
a fist fight between these two while they're wearing full body mascot costumes. I think it's in the trailer. It's hilarious.
I'll have to see that.
Great fights. Some nice world building expansion. There's also on Max, maybe I don't remember which one. They also did a 10 or 12 episode television show, um,
Oh,
which is
same ladies.
same ones, yeah.
Good for
And
them.
it is surprisingly really good.
Huh.
Um, it really, because it works on actually developing the characters as people. And both of our leads really get to flex their acting muscles and are it can come across in some cases as maybe a little hammy, but it's also kind of soap opera-y, so it works. I mean, it's kind of a heightened reality anyway, so I think they're riding that balance to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm actually I'm impressed by that acting.
All right, all right, all right.
So yeah, if you enjoy this, you enjoy this movie, so
I did
check out the sequel and the show, and I'm keeping an eye on the third
on the
one
third one. Yeah,
that
which I
came out
guess I
last
should have
year, and
known at the end that she wasn't going to die, but like I didn't think about the
yeah,
fact that I knew that
yeah.
there were sequels when that time in the movie did occur.
All
So,
right.
so there you go.
Okay,
Cool.
so good bad guys. What good bad guys do you mandate?
So, this is a movie I've seen.
Oh,
It's a movie I
okay.
love. And I'm very excited to talk about it with you. Gosh, I hope you haven't seen it. But if you have, great. We'll watch it again and we'll see it. There are, you know how couples, have a song, you know,
Yes, yes.
you've heard of said thing.
Yep.
When people are in love, they
It's
have a,
our
it's our
song.
song. We have one of those, not you and I, of course. We as in my other and I
What is it?
have a song. I will tell you in just a moment.
Flow Rida.
Um, huh?
Is it Flow Rida?
It's actually not.
Okay.
It's Just My Type is the name of the song by Saint Motel.
Oh,
And
okay.
we actually have a movie as well. And
Oh,
it
okay.
and it just so happens that our movie and our song are together.
Hmm.
And I don't know which came first, our song or the movie, but they are one and the same, so I'm very excited. The movie is Mr. Right with
Which right? Right? Okay.
Sam Rockwell, best actor there is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with Sam.
You definitely cannot go wrong with Sam. And yeah, so it
I
is our
defy you to find a time we went wrong with Sam Rockwell.
truly I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah,
We'll be
we're gonna
here
keep
until the
recording here.
we
Like, why is it 12 hours long? Well, because Zoom has a time limit.
But yeah, right? And we'll just start the
Ran out
next
of
one.
space in my hard drive.
But no, it is and you will hear this song at the opening, but it is
Oh,
both
so
our
that
song.
song is on the soundtrack? Ah.
Yep, it is our song, it is our movie, it is everything. I love it so much. I hope you do too.
So is it about a lady who finally finds Mr. Right, but it turns out he's like a
Good bad guy?
killer or something? Yeah.
It fits the month's theme.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know who's in it. Well, it's other than Sam Rockwell.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth.
I know.
Uh, so this was probably within the last 20 years.
Yes.
Okay.
It is
It is
15. 2015.
2015. Oh, so,
10 years ago.
so we're at the age where 2015, 10 years ago. Oh, so it's pretty recent.
I know. I know. It's terrible. Yeah. So, yeah. But yes, so Anna Kendrick, Tim Roth, of course.
Because it's
Um,
funny because I was born in 1980, you're in 81. When I was young, I used to regard films from the 70s as just old movies. And it's like,
right.
that was only a couple of years before you were born,
I
you know?
know. I know.
But
I know.
I'm still having a hard time coming to grips with the fact that, The Lord of the Rings is coming up on a quarter century.
Because yeah, that was one, two, and three.
Yeah, Fellowship was 2001, I think.
Yeah. Yes, I know
So,
these movies
yep,
very well. They were one, two, and three.
yep. Oh, that's what, yeah, 2001, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, not just
They were one. Yeah, I was like,
the
yep,
first, second, and third movies.
that's
Yes,
definitely how that works. Yes.
they were in order. And the third movie won all 11 Oscars for which it was nominated.
Yeah, they're like, we'll just we can't just keep giving them awards every single year. We'll just wait
Yeah.
till the last one.
Basically, yes, because they kind of overdid it with the first movie. The first movie was up for 13, did not win all 13. It won quite a bit. And then the second movie didn't get as many nominations because I think that they
Like,
realized
wait, it's even better. Oh
they're like
no.
they're like these movies are freaking fantastic. We might just need to hold on to them and just let them sweep next year. So let's give someone else a chance this year and then give it all. So, and that's what they did. And rightfully so. So let's watch Mr. Right next time, shall we?
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Today's episode may have come to an end, but we'll be back in a couple weeks with Kelly's mandated movie, Mr. Right. If you watch it too, check out the description to see where it's currently streaming or available to rent. Until then, you can watch Movie Mandates on YouTube or listen to it in podcast form on iTunes. If you enjoy the show, you want to help us reach a wider audience, good luck with that, because YouTube hates us. But, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Much obliged. With that, I'm Andrew, and you can follow me on Blue Sky at Andrew Eisen.
And I'm Kelly at Pimento Olivia, only at that 1-0 though.
We hope you've all enjoyed this episode of Movie Mandates, and we'll be back soon with another mandated movie. Bye, everyone!